Hello everyone, my name is Vipul Jain and in this video I will be showcasing how you can create a user declaration screen or consent screen in Power Apps. So this is again a very good scenario wherein a user has to accept the policies of a particular app. Once he accepts those policies, then only the user can navigate to the app. So this particular requirement we will be seeing in this video today, and I will be showcasing you the implementation of this particular scenario. So before accessing the app, the user needs to accept the declaration and provide the consent. So basically user has to click on the accept. If the user clicks on cancel, the user should be redirected to an unauthorized screen. Ultimately, user has to accept the policies of the particular app, then only the app should be accessible to the user. This is the scenario which we will be talking about today, and I will be showcasing the demo that how you can implement it in Power Apps. Additionally, there is one more requirement in the scenario that the consent should be revoked every year. So, because it might be possible that in many organizations the policies or the compliance policies gets changed. So after every 1 year, the user declaration screen will again be visible to the user, and again user has to accept the declaration. So once user accepts the declaration, you can see this is the declaration screen which we will be creating in Power Apps. Once it is accepted by the end user, then they can see the home screen of the app. So this is the particular scenario which we will be talking about today. Let me navigate to the app itself now. I will be talking about the app. So this is the user declaration screen which we will be creating in Power Apps. And once it is accepted, so what I will be doing is once the declaration is accepted or the consent to access the app is accepted, I will be creating an entry, a row in the SharePoint list. And here I have created two columns. You can see declaration start date and declaration end date. Obviously, end date should be the 365 days additional or plus to the declaration start date. And title will have the email address of the user who has accepted the declaration. For this purpose, this list has been created. So directly let me navigate to the app, how I implemented it. First of all, I created a connection. As you already know, you have to create a connection to your source. In my case, it is SharePoint list. So user details is the list which I have used for this particular demo or scenario. Now coming to the implementation part, here you can see there is a screen which I have created, and there is a grouping of controls which I have done in this particular grouping or the group user declaration. What all I have used a main rectangle, one small rectangle where you can see this is the small rectangle. Another is the title of or the heading of that user declaration screen. Then HTML text for the declaration. You can see this is the HTML text which I am using. At the same time, there are two buttons, cancel and accept. Okay, so this is the controls which I have used, and I have grouped them, and the group name I have given as user declaration. Now on the accept button, what I am doing is on the accept button, I am using a if condition. If lookup of user details title equal to where current user email. If the title is equal to logged in user. Now where current user email is a variable which I'm creating on the app on start. So if I navigate to the app on start, you see there is a variable which I'm creating which will be taking the email ID of the current logged in user. Okay. Now if I go to the accept button again, you see here that if lookup of this, if it is true, then I'm using the patch function. So it will patch the existing row because the user details in the user detail list, the entry is found. It could be possible that the entry is found. So that's why the current row will be updated. If it is not found, then a new row will be created. There are three columns in my list. You can see title I am updating with the current user email, declaration start date with the today's date, and declaration end date is today plus 365. So that's all I have used to create the declaration screen. And if user clicks on cancel button, then I've created an unauthorized screen where I've given a text, you are not authorized to access this app, and go back to the declaration page. So until and unless the user accepts the consent or the declaration, user declaration, then only he will be able to access the app. Similarly, I have used some loaders. So I have used loaders where I have used a label for the loader and an image. So image, you can see here in my media, if I show you, there is a loader.gif image which I am using in this particular scenario. I hope this is pretty straightforward and clear that what is the purpose of this video, to create a user declaration page. So just see this in action now, that how it will work. So the moment I access the app, you can see this is the page which I am getting, or the screen which I am getting, which talks about the user declaration. I click on accept. The moment I click on accept, so what will happen? I will be navigated to the home screen of the app. And similarly, at the back end, which is my data source, in this case is a SharePoint list, an entry will be created with my email address. You can see here 11th of May is today's date, 11th May 2023, and 1 year it has taken, which is 10th of May 2024. So I have the declaration start date and declaration end date. Now, if you see here, I have also added the condition that how this start date and end date is getting handled. So I have used a variable if lookup of user detail title is equal to current logged in user, and today is greater than equal to start date, and today is less than equal to end date. If it is true, then this variable will become true, else false. So now I will show you the last part of this video. So currently I let me refresh this screen. So what will happen if I'll refresh this screen? Then I will be navigated to the always home screen. Now there will be no declaration screen, because I have already made the declaration or accepted the declaration. Now what will happen? Let me delete this entry from the backend. Now let me delete this entry from the backend. Now if I refresh this app again, I'm just refreshing the app again, you see I am getting the user declaration screen. And if by any chance any user clicks on cancel, they don't want to accept the policies or the declaration, then what will happen? They will never be able to access the app. They will be redirected to an unauthorized screen. They have to accept the declaration, then only they can access or navigate to the home screen or home page of the app. So that's it for this video. I hope this is again a very good scenario. It might be useful to many of you, and it is a very common scenario, a very common client requirement which can come for your app as well. Thanks for watching this video.